من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه تسليما كثيرا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله تبارك وتعالى وخير الهدى هدى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أعاذنا الله تعالى جميعا من نار جهنم. Yesterday, Ikhwani Channel 4 conducted an interview that was somewhat random because they stopped regular people from the community who were passing by on Coventry Road. And they were basically trying to give some false propaganda that anyone and everyone from this community who wants to assist our Muslim brothers and sisters in Syria, then everyone is looking forward to trying to go over to Syria to participate in the war and the carnage that's taking place in Syria. And although I have no doubt, and I know with yaqeen, that there are some people from our community, especially our youngsters up and down this country and other than this country, who go to Syria in order to participate in the war. That is not the case with the people who are connected to this masjid. That is not the official stance of the people of this masjid. And as I stand here as the khatib on this blessed day, fearing no one but Allah, inshallah, I advise the youngsters of our community, as I've advised youngsters in many communities that I've traveled to throughout Europe, not to travel to Syria in order to participate in the carnage that's taking place in Syria. That's my position. And from what we know from the people who are in Syria, the people of the Sunnah, the people of Al-Khair in Syria, inshallah, is that our Syrian brothers and sisters are not asking for the Muslims here to travel there. But what they are in need of more than anything from people like us here is that we help them with humanitarian aid. So this masjid, Green Lane Masjid, and some of our brothers throughout this country, they call themselves Keep Syria Warm. They have a project, a program called Keep Syria Warm. Brothers from Luton, Birmingham, and other cities throughout the UK. They send convoys over to Syria, and they try to help the humanitarian efforts in Syria, to the point that this masjid has taken it upon itself, along with those brothers that I mentioned, Keep Syria Warm, to give the Syrians over 600 tents, each tent costing £100. Already, over 21 tons of food and medicine and clothes have been sent to our brothers and sisters in Syria. And this is what we encourage every single community member to get behind and to support. So with the responsibility that I have as the khatib, fearing no one but Allah, no one from the kuffar, no one from the Muslims, fearing no one from Allah, from Bani Adam. I say to you, beware of two issues with this problem of Syria. There are a lot of things we need to know, understand, and contemplate concerning Syria, but there are two things I want to bring to your attention here today about Syria, Ummah al-Islam, to warn you. The first one is, don't be affected by the false propaganda, the way that the media tries to make people afraid of doing what Allah told us to do. We have a religious responsibility towards Syria. And as I stand here, I'm a bit disturbed because what's going on in Syria has captivated and caught the attention of the world, and rightly so. But as we sit here, who from amongst us knows the reality of the fitna of the Muslims in Eritrea that has been going on for a long time? And all of the tents and all of the humanitarian aid and all of the noise that we're making, jumping up and down for Syria, and rightly so. The Muslims of Eritrea needed just as much, just as more, or not, or even more. And Allah knows best. So the first thing we want to say here is about Syria, don't be afraid of the false propaganda of the media. We are clear in what we're saying about every aspect of our religion, from Alif to Ya. This book right here, Ummah al-Islam, like it who like it, hate it who hate it, everything that is in this book is the haqq. Whatever is in this book is the truth. Whoever likes that, let him like it. Whoever believes in that, let him believe in it. Whoever has a problem with that, then he has a problem with that, and we don't care about his problem. But this book shows us how to deal with everybody. It doesn't teach us to be crazy people and to act as if we don't know how to coexist with other people who don't see the things the way we see it. But the point is, we have a religious responsibility towards the people in Syria. The other thing we want to warn the community of is all of the young people who are here, all of the people who want to help the humanitarian efforts, you have to be sure who you are giving your money to. Because there are people who, for one reason or another, there are many factors and many variables, who do want to go to Syria, who have gone to Syria, and they are participating in that fitna. I say don't go to Syria. It is a fitna. Muslims are killing each other. People are making different claims. There are those people from our community who they hate with a passion what I'm saying, although it's true and it's as clear as the sun that comes out in the sky. Fitna, takfir. People are blowing up innocent Muslims, talking about they want to change the regime at the cost of killing innocent people. I saw with my own eyes on the YouTube a little girl, her name was Aisha. These people shot a bomb, the bomb exploded. Nothing happened to our little sister Aisha, nothing. But the implosion of the bomb made her concussed. When they took her to the hospital and they put the video on her, all she was saying to the doctor was, "Uncle, I'm Aisha, and she was in a state of shock. None of us know the reality of that. None of us know. Those of you who saw that Syrian man, who he thought that his son was dead, he was gone. He was away from him for some time. And they found the boy. They brought the boy to the father. Anyone who sees that video and he's a father, he's going to shed a tear because he can clearly see the love that the man has for his son. And what he envisioned as a mu'jiza from Allah, that his son was brought back. We are here in the life of luxury. And as a result of that, there's a disconnect between us and the drama, the fitna, the fasad, that's the everyday life of Muslims across the globe. Like Syria and Eritrea and Palestine and Kashmir, Muslims are being persecuted. And then these people have the nerve to come to us and try to make us afraid about practicing our religion. Where is the manhood of the Muslims? They are killing us. And we're going to be afraid because they come and blow on us with false propaganda. We're going to say, hey, you people, you have to bring more than that. Our religion teaches us that we're not afraid of that stuff, but at the same time, we have to be a group of people who realize that in this book, in this Quran, when we comprehend and we understand this Quran and the Sunnah, we know how to navigate. We don't have to be people who are crazy. People who deal with the opponent in a way where we do nothing but give them fodder and ammunition to say, look, these people are crazy. So with that being the case, Ikhwani, I want to bring something to your attention. Something that today I hope will be a cause of all of you understanding. As you sit here today, you came to this masjid because you believe Yawm al-Jum'ah, as-salat on this day is wajib. So you're here, a sign of your iman billah. Everybody here, inshaAllah. Part of our iman billahi ta'ala is that we should understand that place in Syria, those people have a place in our neck and a responsibility on our shoulder right here. This is not an issue of some people over there, they're getting bombed up once again, business as usual. Those people have a responsibility. We have a responsibility towards them in the religion of Islam. For those who didn't know, and I don't think anyone from here does not know, Syria is a special place in al-Islam. As a Muslim, you sit there, you have to believe that. You have to see the people from that area as being different than the people who come from Mirpur, than the people who come from Egypt, than the people who come from Yemen, than the people who come from everywhere in Africa. Those Syrians, those people, they have a special place that Allah has given them that He didn't give other people in this community. He said about Himself and about the believers in the Quran, وَرَبُّكَ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ يَخْتَارُ مَا كَانَ لَهُمَ الْخِيَرَةُ سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى أَمَّا يُشْرِكُونَ. Allah, He creates whatever He wants to create. He chooses whatever He wants to choose, and they don't have any say-so about what He created and what He chose. Glory to Allah concerning the shirk that they make in His regard. Allah created and He chose that Syria is the best place on the face of the earth. As many of the ulama of Islam have taken the position, Syria, that area at Sham, is better than Mecca and al-Madina, the area itself. It is the first place where the Muslims, on the head of them, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to face making salah. And that is enough as a dalil of the virtues. When Islam started, the Muslims were praying not towards Mecca, they were praying towards Bayt al-Maqdis. From the hikmah of Allah. Why is that? The Muslim has to say automatically, he becomes a Muslim, that's something that he's going to learn right away. Muslims used to pray towards another qibla. سيقول السفهاء من الناس ما والله من قبلتهم التي كانوا عليها قل لله المشرق والمغرب يهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم. The ignorant, foolish people are going to say, what made the whole community turn from the qibla that they used to be to the new qibla? Tell them, Ya Muhammad, to Allah, not the kuffar, not the media, not the Muslims, not Rasulullah. To Allah belongs the east and the west, and all of the dominion. They cannot hurt us with mere words, locking people out, kicking people out. If you go to Syria on these convoys, we have brothers who have gone with the convoy themselves to Turkey and to Syria to make sure that the food is being distributed to the right people. Why? Because in Syria, when the help comes, do you know that the Muslims kill and take the help and they sell it? They kill people and take their help and they sell it, take it back to Turkey and sell it. That's the, and you want to go and fight in that confusion? For that confusion? That's the state of the ummah. Tell them the east and the west belongs to Allah. He guides whoever He wants to guide to the Sirat al-Mustaqim. So from the virtues of that area, Sham, is the fact that Khwani, it was the first qibla. And the qibla has a special position in the heart and the mind of the Muslim. It is haram in al-Islam for a Muslim to spit towards the qibla out of respect to it. It is haram in al-Islam for the Muslim to urinate, akramakumullah, to defecate, barakallah fiqh, towards the qibla with his front or his back. It is haram. So when our elders, they can't read, they can't write, some of them. Your uncle, your father, he's just an old man. He doesn't know much about the religion. The young man, he sits and he put his foot towards the qibla. The uncle, the old man says, hey, don't do that. And the young man says, where's the dalil? Where's the hadith? That's his iman. That's his respect for the Sha'ira of al-Islam. What are you talking about? Where's the hadith? The Nabi told us, don't spit towards the Qibla. He was about to pray, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the people were behind him. When he raised his hand, he saw someone spit on the wall of the masjid. The Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam went and took his clothes and wiped the spit off. And it wasn't just the regular spit. It was the spit that is inside of your nose that someone spit there. Radiyallahu anhum ajma'in. The Nabi wiped it off and told the people, don't spit towards the Qibla. But the fact that he wiped it off with his own clothes is respect. So it goes to show, Ikhwani, from the virtues of that place, we used to pray in that area. The Muslims used to pray towards that area. In addition to that, one of the greatest trips known to Bani Adam, if it's not the single greatest trip in the history of Bani Adam, it was what we all know as al-Isra wal-Mi'raj. And the Muslim has to contemplate and ask himself, why is it? Why is it? When Allah Ta'ala chooses Mecca and Medina, why? Sometimes we know, sometimes we don't. Allah Ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi laylan min al-masjid al-haram ila al-masjid al-aqsa alladhi barakna hawlahu linuriyahu min ayatina innahu huwa as-sami'ul al-basir. Praise be to Allah, subhanallah, the one who took his slave sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the night journey from the Masjid of al-Haram in Mecca, and he took him to Bayt al-Maqdis, Jerusalem. And Allah said about Jerusalem, it was the place that we made that area barakah, and we showed him our ayat. Verily Allah is as-Sami', he is al-Basir. Allah sees and Allah hears. Not the newspaper and the reporters, not the prime minister and the president, not the Muslim or the kafir. Allah is the one who sees and he hears. Don't let these people make us afraid about our religion. Our religion, it is who we are. It's who we are. It's more important than the water. It's more important than the bread. More important than the car. More important than our children. It's our religion. What do we have after we don't have our religion? Have you ever seen a Muslim who lost his religion? How he has lost himself? He doesn't know who he is. Have you ever seen a miskin like that? So I say, we have to be balanced. We have to be balanced. We're not going to be crazy. We're not going to be extreme. We're not going to be radical with the meaning of extremism and radicalism in Islam. We're not going to be like that in dealing with our opponent and those people who detract from us and have criticism. But at the same time, we're going to stand tall. We're going to stand tall, and we're going to say to them, hey, this is our religion. You're not God. You didn't create me. You don't give me life, and you can't give me death. When is the ummah? When is the ummah? When are we going to return back, Ikhwani, to that blueprint of those companions who stood up in the face of those kuffar Quraysh and told them, here we are, and we're not going anywhere. You people are going before we're going, because the right is on our side. But those companions, radiyallahu anhum, unlike what happened in Syria, and it's part of the problem, the companions, radiyallahu anhum, they just didn't say it. They proved it. They just didn't say it. They learned their religion. They knew the aqeedah of al-Islam. They knew the ibadat of al-Islam. The brotherhood of al-Islam, they comprehended it. This fitting in Syria, fitting in Eritrea, fitting in Kashmir, Palestine, Iraq, all of this fitting, direct result of how we are with our religion. Everybody here, except the one that Allah Ta'ala excluded, وَقَلِيلُ مَا هُمْ. They're the vast majority. Those scholars of Islam, Ikhwani, concerning this trip, al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, they said that the ayat that Allah Ta'ala mentioned in this ayat, like Qatada from the Tabi'een, he said that Allah Azza wa Jal showed the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam the ayat on the way to Asham. All of the ayat and the lessons, all the way to Asham. All of those things that happened before he even went up to the seven heavens. And the barakah are many things. Allah Ta'ala mentioned in Surah Al-Anbiya, Barakna fiha lil-alameen. We have blessed that area of Sham, gave it barakah for the whole world, for everybody. The barakah, many. From the barakah is what we have to ask ourselves as Muslims. Why didn't the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam be taken from Mecca to Medina? Why wasn't he taken from Mecca to al-Yemen? As we mentioned, al-Yemen is a special place in Islam. Why didn't he go to al-Yemen? Why did he go to that place? It's because of what the Nabi said in many, many ahadith that show the virtue of that place, and it shows the responsibility that we have to help these people. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for those who didn't know, Safwatullahi ta'ala min ardihi ash-Sham, wa fiha safwatuhu min khalqihi wa ibadihi. The best place in the earth to Allah, the best single place, the purest, best place on the face of the earth in this dunya that we live in is ash-Sham. That area, Syria, parts of Iraq, Turkey, Jordan, Palestine, that is the best place in the earth to Allah. And he said, Tabarak sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and in that area are the best servants of Allah. His best creation and his best servants. And the best creation and best servants is referring to the prophets and the messenger. So for the new Muslim who didn't know, for the Muslim who, he's been a Muslim all his life, but he doesn't read, he doesn't know the history of al-Islam, there were more prophets and more messengers and more kings that were given to Bani Israel in that area than any other area or to any other people. Allah Ta'ala mentioned, وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِقَوْمِهِ يَا قَوْمِ اذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذْ جَعَلَ فِيكُمْ أَنْبِيَاءَ وَجَعَلَكُمْ مُلُوكًا وَآتَاكُمْ مَا لَمْ يُؤْتِ أَحَدًا مِنَ الْعَالَمِينَ. And remember Ummatul Islam when Allah said, when Musa said to his people, hey, Bani Israel, remember the ni'mah of Allah upon you when he made many prophets from amongst you. He made you kings and he gave you what he didn't give to any of the other people. So Bani Israel, before Quraysh came, they're the best jinns of Bani Adam. They're the best people of Bani Adam. Before Quraysh came, they're the best people. Allah raised them above all of the worlds, the believers from amongst them and so forth and so on. And he raised them how? And why is that place the best place? Because they had so many prophets and they had so many kings. At one time, Bani Israel were blessed in their community to have Musa, Harun, and Yusha. At the same time, you don't find Musa, go to his brother, the prophet Harun. You don't find him, go to Yusha. Bani Israel used to have Zakaria, Yahya, Isa, all at the same time. That didn't happen with our ummah. That didn't happen with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They used to have Yaqub and they used to have Yusuf at the same time. And then Allah made them kings. And Surah Al-Baqarah is the story, you go back to it, of Dawood killing Jalut, the giant. Allah gave them a king, and from their kings was Talut, Saul, who's in the Bible. And Saul in that Bible used to wage war against his enemies. So how are these people going to come to us and try to twist our religion out of proportion? And we fall for that nonsense? You go to that Bible, the Injil and the Torah, and you will see from their kings and their prophets that have been mentioned in the Quran is Talut. And he used to wage war against those people who were against the spread of a Tawheed. From their kings, Dawood and Sulaiman. So as a result of that Ummatul Islam, that place is not like Mecca and Medina. Mecca and Medina as masjids are better than that place. It is the third best masjid in al-Islam. Abu Dharr radiyallahu anhu said, the companions were debating and they were discussing which masjid was better, Bayt al-Maqdis or the Prophet's Masjid sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because Bayt al-Maqdis clearly came before the Prophet's Masjid. Bayt al-Maqdis was a masjid many of the prophets prayed in and so forth and so on. When the Nabi heard that, he told them sallallahu alaihi wasallam, salatun fi masjidi afdalu min arba' salatin fihi wa la ni'mal musalla huwa. He says salat in my masjid is 4 times better than the salat in Bayt al-Maqdis. And that is a good musalla. That is a blessed place to pray. So in Mecca, if you pray Salatul Jummah, 100,000. In Medina, 1,000. The Prophet said, Salat in my masjid is 4 times greater than the Salat in Bayt al-Maqdis. So this authentic hadith goes to show Salat in Bayt al-Maqdis is 250. 250. And not 500 and not 50,000. 250. So it's a special place in the religion of al-Islam. From what shows us the importance of the place as well is the fact that the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was approached by his companions, and again they wanted to know. They say, Ya Rasulullah, iftina fi Sham. Tell us about Sham. Tell us about this area. And this may be new information for many of you. It is a part of our aqidah, and it's a part of something. It's the reality. Tell us about Sham. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sham ardul mahshar wal manshar. He said that area, that is the place where everybody from Bani Adam is going to be raised up out of their graves, and everybody from Bani Adam is going to be driven to that place in order to be judged Yawm al-Qiyamah. So the trivia question, Abdullah, ya Muslim, if you were to ask someone, or if someone were to ask you, when the people are raised up Yawm al-Qiyamah, where will they go? Will they stand up in their graves in Mirpur and be questioned? Will they be in Basaso and they're going to be questioned? The answer to that is Kalla. The answer to that is people will come out of their graves and they will march to Bayt al-Maqdis, and they're going to be raised, they're going to be judged, and the hisab is going to be given at Bayt al-Maqdis. An indication and a clear proof of the importance of the place. The Nabi said about that place, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Tuba lil-Sham, li'anna mala'ikat al-Rahman basitatu ajnihatiha alayha. Glad tidings to the people of Sham and to that area, because the angels are surrounding that area with their wings, protecting that area, especially during the time when a Dajjal comes. Someone can't come now and say, where are those malaika right now? Why aren't those malaika protecting the place right now? As we said in the beginning, وَرَبُّكَ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ يَخْتَارُ. Allah creates what He wants to create, and He chooses what He wants to choose. But during the time of the big fitna of a Dajjal, Ya'juj and Ma'juj, the Prophet told the people, alaykum bisham, go to that area when the Dajjal comes out. Go to that area, be with the people over there, where Isa ibn Maryam is going to come down, where the Mahdi is going to be. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there will be three armies. One great army is going to prepare itself from Iraq, from the Muslims. Another great army from the Muslims is going to prepare itself from Yemen. A third one is going to prepare itself from Sham. He told those companions, alaykum bisham, be with the army from Sham. And the army that will be from Sham, they're going to be under the authority and the supervision of Isa ibn Maryam. Isa ibn Maryam, who's going to be a prophet of Tawheed, a prophet of Aqidah. That's one of the reasons why over there people are going to be raised up. That's why one of the reasons that place is blessed. That's the place where Tawheed spread to the earth from the dawah of the prophets and the messengers. With that being the case, Ikhwani, and many other issues that we don't have time. But we will end with this, that the Nabi told the people in making the people of Sham, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Richter scale, the measurement for this ummah. إِذَا فَسَدَ أَهْلُ الشَّامِ فَلَا خَيْرَ فِيكُمْ وَلَا تَزَالُ طَائِفَةٌ مِّنْ أُمَّتِي مَنْصُورِينَ لَا يُضُرُّهُ مَنْ خَذَلَهُمْ حَتَّى تَقُومَ السَّاعَةُ. He said, if the people of that area become bad, if the people of Sham become fasideen, then there is no good in this ummah. There's no good in this ummah. And there will not cease to be a group of people from this ummah who will be victorious. And they will be fighting on victory. They are mansurun. They're the right way. They're on the right way. And it won't hurt them, those people who try to forsake them. Those people with their false propaganda. So the point here in this hadith, it goes to show. Ahl Sham right now, there's a lot of fasad and a lot of fisq in Sham. The Shamiyun, some of them don't know. Are we Europeans? Are we Muslims? Are we Arabs? Fitna in Jordan. Fitna in Syria. The aqaid of the people, the former ruler, and other than that, the dawah of the Alawiyin, the dawah of the Nusayriya, the dawah of the Rafida, the dawah of all of these things that are going on, that is a direct result of the drama that's going on over there. But the hadith made them the measurement. So we look at their situation and we can say, it's not a good situation. So we are a reflection of that reality. But there will not cease to be a group of people from them who will be victorious. The people from Ahlul Hadith. Not the Masjid Green Lane Ahlul Hadith, the people who work by the Hadith and who deal with the Hadith. So with that being the case, Ummatul Islam, use your monies on this day. On this day, go to that office and give what you can give, inshallah, today and after today. Your clothes, your medicine that you're not using in your cabinets. But even more important than all of that, as we mentioned in the last khutbah, you want to know what's better than you meeting your enemy and you fighting them and they're fighting you. You want to know what's better than spending fi sabilillah? Making dua, making the dhikr of Allah for the people of Sham. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى التوفيق والسداد. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Immediately, inshallah, after Salat al-Jum'ah, we're going to do Salat al-Janaza for a young brother, the age of 29. He died suddenly like that. He's been sick for a while and he died and left behind 4 children. Death is close to everybody. It's an opportunity for us, inshallah azza wa jal, to try to get off of our scales and mistakes that we made. I advise you, brothers, it's not nice. It's inclement weather to a certain degree. Whoever prays the janazah over the dead person, he gets the reward of Qirat, a mountain the size of Mount Uhud. Whoever follows the janazah to the place where it's going to be buried, he'll get 2 Qirat. 2 Qirat in the scales. We are all in need of that. If there's none but only one of you who heard these words and did this, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it in all of our scales Yawm al-Qiyamah. But those of you who have the time, try to follow the janazah as well, so that we can help and we can assist the family who are going through this trying time, and also so that you can help the people to spread the sunnah at the janazah, as opposed to what people do at the janazah. So immediately after salat, we're going to get up and we're going to perform the janazah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon that brother who died, and may he make it easy for his family, the ones that he left behind and the ones who preceded him. May Allah azza wa jalla have mercy upon all of our dead and our sick, and may Allah ta'ala help the people of Sham. May he give power and ability to the people of Sham. May he deal with the mujrimeen of Sham, and may he subhanahu wa ta'ala bring this ummah back to its rushd and to the hidayah that the Prophet left us on. Aqim as-salat yarhamakumullah. We have to hurry up and get the janazah after the salat to the front, because we have some time restraints. If the janazah is not at the graveyard in sufficient amount of time, there are going to be some problems with the schedule. So ikhwani, immediately after salat, can you please get the body up here? Barakallahu feekum.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استووا اعتدلوا وتراصوا ولا تختلفوا فتختلف قلوبكم وسدوا الخلل إن تسوية الصف من إقام الصلاة. لتصون صفوفكم أو يخالفن الله بين قلوبكم. لينوا بين أيدي إخوانكم. من وصل صفا وصله الله ومن قطع صفا قطعه الله. إخواني feet to feet, shoulder to shoulder. Bring the ranks in. From each line, let another person move up on the end of every line. Squeeze in, not to where it's uncomfortable, but to where we're having the salat that the Prophet left for us. Sisters, feet to feet, shoulder to shoulder, straighten out the lines. The straightening of the line is from the complete and perfect salat. Leenu bayna aydi ikhwanikum. Stow wa'tadi. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. هل أتاك حديث الغاشية وجوه يومئذ خاشعة عاملة ناصبة تصلى نارا حامية تسقى من عين آنية ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية في جنة عالية لا تسمع فيها لاغية فيها عين جارية فيها سرر مرفوعة وأكواب موضوعة ونمارق مصفوفة وزرابي مبثوثة. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان ربي قدوس سمع الله لمن حمده طيبا مباركا فيما سمعت. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان سمع الله لمن حمده. طيب الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. التحيات لله والسلام الله وبركاته. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله صل على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه بارك على محمد وعلى آله ذكرك والشكر اللهم ظلمت نفسي كثير ولا لا بجهنم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Khwan, please don't forget to donate money to the Syrian cause as well to the masjid. But it's not only money, but your blankets, medicine, clothes that you're not using. And if you come up with other ideas in order to help the situation, then do so. Let us bring the janazah forward, inshallah. Make room right here to the left. Those brothers, the stewards right there, they're going to bring the body up here, inshallah. Maybe we need some people to move this thing right here so that we'll have more space and room. Okay. استووا اعتدلوا. استووا. Everybody come together, ikhwani, feet to feet. Tighten up the lines for the Salat of al-Janaza, inshallah. Tighten up the lines. استووا اعتدلوا. الله أكبر. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. الله أكبر. اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا. اللهم من أحييته منا تحييه على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفيه على الإيمان. اللهم لا تحرمنا أجره ولا تضلنا بعضه. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a number of important announcements to make, so please listen attentively. This Saturday's lecture will take place after Isha and is entitled